I love a provider.
Why would a woman ever be submissive for a man that's not providing for her?
Anybody can be a provider. I don't care if he works at McDonald's. If he works at McDonald's, sweetie, he can send you $200 a month.
Why would you be in a relationship with a Dusty who wants to go 50-50 when there are men out here who will pay all the bills?
Equal partner husband. Go to hell. You can also go to hell. You are my favorite.
Only be submissive for a provider. That is it. If you are not paying for all the bills and the household, you do not get to tell a woman what to do.
It's no secret that many women desire a provider man, but it raises an important question. Are men being reduced to nothing more than wallets?
My favorite type of niggas are the ones where I don't even have to ask. They just say, how much do I need to send? And then send more than how much they love them. That's what a man is supposed to do, in my opinion. Now, if that's not how you feel, that's completely okay. There are plenty of women out here on the earth who do not believe that a man's job in a relationship is to protect and provide. Go find one of them and do whatever it is that dummies do when they get together.
You have to get these men invested, and that's y'all problem. If I dated a today that worked at McDonald's, best believe I'm taking, if his check was $1,200 a month, I'm taking at least $500.
In today's American economy, the idea of living off one man's income has become more of a fantasy than a reality. Times have changed since the industrial era, yet some women still don't care.
I only date providers.
Date rich in 2025. If they're not rich, if they're not providing, if they're not generous, you don't go out with them. You don't even have a phone conversation with them.
The only way a man is making you pay bills is if he's broke or you're not his dream woman, because a man that has the money, a man that can do it, is paying all of the bills.
Get a man's money and start a business. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Find a man who wants to give you money, stash it, save it, invest in yourself, start a business, and grow your money.
Now you might be wondering, how do these women get money from men? Like, what is their technique? Will they act like a damsel in distress?
The damsel will use some crisis to capture our attention, and she'll pull on our natural masculine energy to try to help her or save her or resolve her problem, whatever it might be.
The damsel in distress tactic can manifest in various ways. Here are a few examples.
In order to activate those masculine instincts in a man, you have to appear as the damsel in distress. If you're not comfortable doing that, then again, this video is not for you. This advice is not for you. But in order to get what you want from men, you do have to play up to their fantasy.
Go to him, sit him down, get sexy, look all dolled up, and be like, babe, I do not desire to work anymore, or I want to work less, or I don't want to pay this anymore. I can't pay this. Problem focus. Let it be his idea. Let him save you.
My main motto is closed mouths don't get fed. So like, if you're not asking, babe, he's never gonna know, okay?
Can't believe I almost ran out of gas on the way over here. I was scared. What do you mean you almost ran out of gas? Oh my gosh, yes. I almost ran out of gas. I didn't have, I don't get paid till like next week. Why are you gonna get home? I don't know. I was thinking that, maybe I could call my friend and she can come, help and pick me up or something. Oh, no. How much do you need?
But don't go and say, I'm thinking that I don't want to pay this bill, so I'm just thinking you can pay this one and I can. Do not go in there with a solution. This is not your child. This is your man.
A real man will never get offended if you ask him for money because, like, real men know how to provide and know how to maintain a baddie, okay? If your man gets upset, babe, you might want to switch him out.
You have some bills to take care of this week. Maybe you didn't get paid. You really want to buy this really nice dress for your next date with him. You want to look good for him, but it's too expensive and you don't want to wait until it goes on sale. So, are you following?
Go in there with the problem and let him solve it and let him take credit for it. Remember that the way the male brain is wired, it's easier for them to stand behind something that it was their idea. That is why men are always stealing our ideas and making it their own, because then they can stand behind it better. So let them do that. Who cares whose idea it was, as long as it happened?
Yeah, women might have you believing that being a provider man is something to celebrate, but the reality often tells a different story. In many cases, It feels more like you're just paying for her to be around you, which is called a trick.
They've rebranded the word trick to mean provider.
Tricking is providing?
If you look at what people look at as, oh, he's a provider, they really describing a trick. But they've rebranded it to where you have dudes who are proud tricks and they go, no, I'm a provider.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like, nigga, you a trick.
Yeah, okay.
But she's rebranded that word, words, power, the power in the word is like, she's rebranded it. So now you look at a man paying for everything as a good thing, and it's like, you really tricking.
Look, it ain't tricking if you have it, but how does it make sense for a man to cover all the bills while his wife works and keeps all her money to herself?
We both make a lot of money. I pay all the bills in the house.
Subtle flex.
Right, it's just subtle flex. But because I did make a post, I said, I realized the greatest flex I could ever have is when my wife is kept, but she keeps making money. You see what I'm saying? As the leader, when we both make money, I take care of the family, I take care of our wealth planning, I take care of our legacy building. Whatever money she makes is hers.
Again, to each their own, but I feel like that is just buying her love. I mean, she makes money too, and gets to just keep hers? Leave a comment below and let me know if this is a situation you would sign up for. Many women shame men who say they won't pay all the bills when living with a partner, and older men often use this tactic too. Asking what a woman brings to the table in a relationship is a valid question, yet it is often mocked.
I've been on this earth 55 years, and I have never, ever heard a real say, young lady, what do you bring to the table?
What you bring to the table, like, what we talking about, it's 2025.
These young boys today, what do she bring to the table? The hell you mean, man? What do your ass bring to the table? You got a woman that can come to the table that can make another you.
Can y'all please stop that goofy shit in 2025? I have never heard a dude with high testosterone ask a woman what you bring to the table, ever.
Older men often don't understand that in today's world, it's incredibly difficult to live off one income. The cost of living has skyrocketed compared to their time, with housing, education, healthcare, and basic necessities being far more expensive. Back then, one income could comfortably support a household, but that's no longer the reality for most people.
Gen X and baby boomers may have a tougher time understanding what young adults are going through today because they enjoyed, until the pandemic recession hit, a solid almost 15 years of uninterrupted economic expansion. Baby boomers, Gen X, they weathered many economic downturns, including major recessions. But I think the big difference is that when they were starting to form their own households and starting to accumulate wealth, housing and higher ed were both more affordable relative to their incomes than they are now.
That is just that. It is mathematically impossible for the majority of women to be with a man who is providing 100% for the family. So these women on social media who are influencing other women to look for a provider are causing a lot of harm to relationships.
And we are getting worse and worse and worse. You have women coming on these social medias, basically giving young girls advice on how to trick. Or if a man ain't willing to come out his pocket when he very first meets you, that means that he don't care enough to get to know you. Okay, so I gotta come out my pocket to get to know you. If the roles were reversed, ma'am, you wouldn't do that. You would tell a man he was crazy. But when men tell y'all that, y'all say we sassy. We dusty, we stingy.
Now, if you desire to be the sole breadwinner in your relationship, be my guest, but just be mindful of the situation you are signing up for. On another note, I created a video about the reality of older women in dating, which I believe is worth checking out. Click the video on your screen and let us know what you think.